Well, hello and welcome back. This is episode 18, and I'm still answering questions from my son's questionnaire. And here we go. There's not too many more of them. If you could be any animal, which would you be and why? Definitely a bird because they can fly and birds can walk and some can swim also. That's more than we can do since most humans can't swim, and the only way we fly is by getting on a plane. What is the best feeling in the world and why? Being in love, being buzzed, making love, listening to music that you really enjoy, being with friends and family, being inspired, which doesn't happen too often anymore, being at the beach. Why? Because these things make you feel alive, really alive. Would you rather read your diary to a friend or a parent? Would you be embarrassed? I haven't had a diary since I was about 12, but if I had one, I'd probably prefer reading it to a friend. This wasn't the best question on this long list of questions. Write a poem about being a boy. I'm not sure what I'm doing, but I'm just trying to make sense of everything. That's it. Why is the internet so important to the modern world right now? It's overrated, it's a butler and full of folly, misinformation, bullshit, and is having a negative impact on younger adults. What do you spend more time thinking about than anything? Tough question, and I don't like to admit it right now, but it's probably reality. You know, finances, our home, our future, my wife, my sons. Write a letter to your parents thanking them for all they have given to you. Thanks, Mom and Dad, for bringing me into the world and for all the sacrifices that you made to provide for us, all the opportunities and love you unselfishly gave to us. You could not have done a better job of parenting. I love you and always will. How many books do you think you read in the last year? Will you read more or less this year? I think I read about 10 or 12 books last year and will definitely read less this year. Can you imagine your life without the internet? How would it be different? I believe I can. The world was doing fine without it for thousands of years. I do rely on it on occasion, and it has its advantages, certainly, but maybe without the internet, we would have less divisiveness in the world. The internet and digital world has created just as many problems as it has solved. Okay, good. No more questions. I can move on. Back to music. Music is either good or it's not good. There really is a defined dividing line in this topic, and many musicians, including Satchmo, Louis Armstrong for one, and just about every producer knows this. It has the right stuff or it doesn't. I see life as more of an answer followed by a question, and I'm not sure if this even makes sense, but I do perceive much of our existence in this role where we have answers before the question, and in some cases, the questions that come first don't have answers. I have to stop and rethink this. This definitely needs more work and thought. Like I said, everything is convoluted. A coworker once told me that I should have died when I was a baby. A true story. Or that my father should have, not had sex that night. Yeah, I know, crazy. And I'm starting to think he was right. Again, this was a true story. I can't make this stuff up. My wife told me that when she was in Tokyo, she noticed that businessmen stayed out very late and partied all night and were very friendly. Now I wonder, how does she know this? How does she know this? I worked with two brothers whose last name was Ronga, Ronga, and we enjoyed a light repartee every now and then, and the wit battle was part of the interplay. While exchanging a few somewhat clever barbs with one of them, I told him that, hey, do you want to continue to be Ronga or do you want to be Rita? I know it's pretty weak. I was introduced to a new intern at our company. His name is Meet Palan, and I naturally found it awkward to meet a person named Meet. Meet is actually pronounced Mead in Hindi. So what do I say to him? Nice to meet you, Meet. At first, I didn't get his first name because I mistook his first name as part of the introduction and then asked, what was your name again? I missed it. I missed his name because when the coworker introduced us, she said I got confused in the introduction with the word meet or his first name. Anyway, we eventually sorted it out, and this defines my existence, caught in between a world of confusion, misunderstanding, and perplexity, and often wondering if it's me that's playing a larger role in this bath of strange and awkward occurrences. But it's always fun. There's a saying that goes, everyone looks for their other half. To that I say, horse hockey, as Colonel Potter on MASH would say. Not to say that there are some people that actually do search for their ideal partner with the preconceived notion that they will only accept that perfect mate. Most people know better, and the idealistic search for the complete package that somehow will never let you down could only lead to major disappointment. Some couples obviously get along better than others, but living with someone for an extended period of time, and this could be a month, a year, 10 years, or for decades, as my wife and I have endured, is extremely challenging. The disagreements, the frustrations, the maddening habits, and personality quirks can drive anyone to going for long walks or contacting a psychiatrist. But is my wife or anyone else on this planet my other half? Absolutely not. To advance this argument, should my wife be my other half, I would love her or hate her no less. That other half would have driven me out sooner than it would have kept me at home with her for 37 years. I'm no angel, despite my last name, and I'm not easy to live with at all. My estimate for what it's worth is that probably 1% to 2% of married or cohabitating couples would claim that they're with the other half or the ideal mate. And to sum this line of thought up, it's all long run. If you survive it, you survive it. If you don't, you don't. It's never easy, rarely ideal, but you appreciate the good times and special moments and learn to deal and cope with the difficult times. Good luck to all of you. It's one hell of a lot of work, much more than I would have ever anticipated. Vengeance is a primal emotion, which is why I write. So if you cross me, I will write you up. And how many people have I written up so far? None, but I'm patiently waiting for that moment to come. This was a very strange email conversation between a coworker. It was Christian and myself. And Christian started out with, "Good morning. We are still investigating the impact of the data outage that occurred on July 22nd, on Monday, July 22nd. We will follow up with more details on the scope and depth of the impact as soon as we have more definitive information." To which I replied, "Investigating is always a good word, covers a lot of territory and sounds sincere." To which Christian said, "Intentionally vague and purposefully opaque." My reply was, "You will do well in the corporate world." Or as Woody Allen said, "Everybody wants to know what the answer is, and I don't even know what the question is." Christian, "In the corporate world, the answer was always yes. Question irrelevant." To which I said, "This is true. One usually responds with, 'Yes, I can do that,' and then says to themselves, 'How the hell am I going to do this?'" Christian, "Doesn't matter how, just matters how fast it gets done. Build the plane while flying it, sell the plane while building it, look the other way when the plane nosedives. Hashtag capitalism." To which I replied, "Precisely, that is an excellent summation, which prompts more questions naturally." Christian says, "Whatever follow-ups are, the answer is yes." Laugh out, LOL. To which I said, ASAP. Christian, we will prioritize this and get it to you by end of day today. End of day today equals end of day tomorrow, or end of day T plus 10. And my last reply was, "You know what burns the hell out of me? I don't know what it is about corporations that turn people into total assholes. Not at all, but most people. It's an unmistaken pompous air of self-satisfaction," and I will stop here.